You must turn it off in your home.
You believe what you believe, right? Like, you believe it's the truth, so it shouldn't matter. But she believes, I guess, that God put fossils there as a test. So maybe she also believes God made Jurassic Park as a test.
What's the test?
To test your faith?
Your faith and, like, you know, the Earth only being, like, 3,000 or...
So Jurassic Park playing was a test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
God.
Oh.
So my story is I was placed. No, I went to a Christian summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were like, yeah, like, you know, that was kind of like everything in our hometown was Christian, and then at one point we did like a field trip to this like museum, and the museum talked about how dinosaurs and man like coexisted. And it was like the Earth is like 3,000 or 4,000 years old was their pitch, and dinosaurs were real and they coexisted with man, but the fossils are not millions of years old. The scientists are wrong, and they're only like 3,000 or 4,000 years old, but they were wiped out in like I think it's the flood that
they were too big.
They were too big to fit on the ark. That Steve
Even though
Carell
there's
built.
plenty of dinosaurs that were small.
But yeah, so they are
Even though there are small
real.
dinosaurs.
And I came home and I was telling my parents
And
about it.
birds are related to
they
dinosaurs.
They were like, oh, you're actually not going back there. So one.
Why?
Your parents.
1 point. Spencer's parents.
Your
0
parents. Your
points.
parents chose dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well, because I truly was so obsessed with dinosaurs like my whole life. At that point, for me to kind of like to show, I think it showed how malleable like a child's views are. Where I was like, yeah, like, well, that's what they told us, like this authority figure, and they're like, okay, well, that's actually it's not true. So you're done.
So they were saying that authority figure was saying those fossils didn't come from dinosaurs.
No, they came from dinosaurs, but they're only like a couple thousand years old.
So they didn't believe in carbon dating.
Yeah.
They were like, no.
And so
It's
your
a
parents
pretty-
were like, they aren't true simply because those aren't the facts of dinosaurs, because your parents believe in dinosaurs.
My parents believe in, science.
And the Grand Canyon was just God making a really complicated cake really quickly.
Yeah.
What?
He peed really hard.
Because there's a bunch of layers, and then you can date all the layers.